Hi everybody, I'm Amor Maximo, and I'm just a random person trying to share how beautiful life is. Today is day one, day two, day three, fourth day of Galley Talks, the first virtual flight attendant conference. So if you're up for it, let's go. Hey, thank you FJ, salamat. And
You're welcome, Amor.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Salamat. Ako, I agree with FJ. Totoo, mahirap makakuha ng commendation. Ako mahirap makakuha sa pasahero, sa head cabin attendant pa. No, nako, meron tayo. Baka may mga kasama ka dito na pursers din, babantayan ka tuloy. Babantayan ka. Pag nakalipad ko si FJ, mas mataas yung expectation ko.
Okay. Sige, sige. Noted yan, ah.
Mas mataas expectation. Purser, oh. May babantayan tayo. Okay. So,
Joke lang.
the remaining time is allotted for question and answer. So anybody, if you'd like to ask any question, please feel free to go ahead. You can click the raise your hand icon there in Zoom, or you can add a comment on our chat box, or just freely say something, Again, if I may, FJ, no, ulitin ko lang. PPI. Ayan. I love the part about the letter I. Inulit pa ni yung natawag mo kanina, si Miss Marian de Goma. PPI with increasing efficiency and effectiveness. Ayan, I love that. And, thank you. Galing. And yung linear and ano yun, yung multitasking, how do you call it again?
Multi-active.
Multi-active. That it's a nice way of how to look at things. If I may add, FJ, no, yung I agree with you, yung pag linear ka when you're a flight attendant, that's how you initially started eh. Kumbaga pagpasok mo ng eroplano, flight attendant mode on. Kasi totoo, ang dami mong gagawin. Ayan, yung mga part na sinasabi niya yan, if nakita niyo yung mga ibang flight attendants natin dito, akala nyo bubblehead sila, like si CJ. Kasi yung mga tango namin, oo, totoo yan. Like linear, hindi mo pwede i-multitask kahit kabisado mo na dahil may mga process na sinusunod. Tulad ng pag-check ng safety equipment first bago yung service. Kahit ilang years ka na, kabisado mo lahat, hindi, kaya ko mag-multitask. Hindi, may mga bagay na hindi. Tulad niyan, no? FJ, kasi safety ang priority namin. So kahit kaya mo isabay, hindi. Linear tayo dito. Sa ibang bagay pwede, pero dito hindi. Ang galing. It's refreshing. Ako, naalala ko bigla kasi matagal na rin ako hindi nagpa-fly. Naalala ko, ano ba ginagawa ko pag nag-ground prep? Ay, oo, ganun nga. So, tama yung ginagawa ko. Yay! Mapaproud sa akin si FJ. Okay. Anybody? Any question? Anybody? I see all smiles. Sige, ano muna. Ako may phone-in question, FJ. Kasi beforehand, meron tayong mga nag-phone in. Actually, nag-message sa akin kung pwedeng ipatanong sa kanya. So, umpisahan ko na. Ito. Hindi ko na sasabihin yung name, pero yung tanong niya, since you're talking about proper time management, nako, parang huhulihin ka yata dito sa tanong na ito eh. Was there a time that you were late for work or any work-related event? Can you tell us the story? Parang hinuhuli ka eh.
Yes, honestly, of course, marami. A lot of times, Amor, to be honest. And one of the reasons why I came late, of course, like health issues. That's number one. And then number two is like emergencies, like between life and death. So those are, the reasons mostly why I came in late. Um,
In short, tao lang din, no? Tao lang
yes,
din tayo, no?
yes,
As much as
yes,
FJ talks about how to properly prepare for everything, there will be things that you have
yes,
to make a choice and it's uncontrollable. Tao lang din.
yes.
Tao lang din.
Tama.
Oo. Ayan, o, sige. Ipa-follow up ko na yung pangalawa. What is your most memorable flight experience? So I think the person was trying to ask yung sa loob ng flight, hindi yung layover, yung nangyari. Siguro kung meron ka bang uh, medical emergency, mechanical emergency, or a simple interaction with the passenger, or basta sa loob daw ng eroplano. Parang alam ko madami. Kasi pag ako tinatanong neto, parang alin doon. Marami kasing specific. Bigyan mo ko ng specific question. Siguro the first thing that pops in your mind na lang na memorable story inside the airplane.
Yes. Yung ma-remember ko more is yung time na naka-receive ako ng commendation from our head cabin crew. What happened during that time is yung pag sell namin ng merchandise and snacks during in-flight of course, the merchandise are expensive during in-flight and also those snacks. Um, of course, bihira lang talaga na makakabenta ka ng ganun kamahal, especially merchandise. But I tried to do differently to do selling during that time because most cabin crew, if during in-flight, if you're going to start selling, they will just play the recording. Okay, that hey
Yes.
passengers, we are selling this. But in my part, what I did, I really do, or I I try to do announcement by myself. Okay, so I have shown the menu to the passenger during that time. So I conducted the games. So after games, of course, I presented to them the menu. I have opened the page on the menu where is the merchandise located. Okay, because that that's my part. I was assigned to merchandise, not to snacks and drinks. So during that time, after informing the passengers that, hey, we sell this, please check your menu in front of you. Please uh, turn to page number 2 for you to be able to see the options. And while we are rolling out our trolley, Amor, I was amazed that, a lot of people did purchase merchandise during that time, and we are able to obtain a good sale or sales during that day. And of course, if you'll be able to get more sales, it's a commission, it's money. And
Oo.
yes, yeah. So by God's grace, I will not forget that moment.
Mm. Kumbaga, no?
And my head, yeah,
Yeah, go,
yes.
go, go. Go, FJ.
Um, So after which, since it's an effective way to do selling, so I do that consistently more on my next flight after that one.
In short, personal touch, no? Parang nilagyan mo ng
Yes,
personal touch, kaya
yes,
nag-interact ka. It goes a long way with about customer service. Now, I have two questions, no? Where it's almost, our time is almost up. Alam, bitin na bitin yung oras. Pero we have one from Judy and we have a message from Adi. Adi, I read your message. You accidentally sent it privately, pero I will read it out loud. Unahin ko muna si Judy. Yes, Judy Malagrito, go ahead.
Hello po, Sir FJ, Sir Amor.
hello.
Hi.
Oh,
Mhm.
alright. So my question, kasi I like the idea of having a linear time view na skill po. Kasi very helpful siya lalo pag gusto mo
Mhm.
mag-focus sa isang bagay and maging
Yes,
successful yung
yes.
plan na yon or whatsoever.
Mhm.
Um, syempre po, there are unexpected things or instances. How do you handle those things? How do you go back on track po after those unexpected instances? Syempre,
A
out
very
of
good
schedule
question.
siya.
Yeah. So very good question, Judy. Um, of course, if there are changes, okay, so you have to be open with changes, okay. So if there are things that will, pop up that, oh, I need to do this, so you will be interrupted, okay. I was able to read in a psychology book, Judy, that if a person um, if a person will be having hard time to make changes or interruptions of what he is doing, he will not become an effective leader. Okay, so to answer your question is, of course, you have to think if that specific changes is, you're going to weigh to weigh the things if it needs priority, or if you're going to prioritize that one, then go ahead. Okay, otherwise you have to focus on really you have to know your priorities first. Okay, that's it. Mhm.
Priority. All right, got it po.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you. Thank
Judy.
you.
All right. Last question from Addy, and I'll read it right. Read it. Uh, Hello, Sir FJ. This is from Adi Avicilia. Hello, Sir FJ. What are the advantages and disadvantages of both time views? So, what are the advantages and disadvantages of both time views? Also, would you say that for a job, there is a certain time view for it, or would it still depend on the person doing the job? Follow-up question niya. Also, would you say that for a job, there is a certain time view for it, or would it still depend on the person doing the job? So the first question would be the advantages and disadvantages of both time views. Then the second question, I guess, is again, if you're doing a specific job, would it is there a specific way to do it, or it still depends on the person? Parang ganun yung pagkakaintindi ko sa second question niya. Tama ba,
Okay.
Adi?
Mhm. So Abby, thank you for that question. Very nice. Of course, we are going to touch the disadvantages as well. Thank you for that question. So number one, the disadvantages, if you are going to do the multi-active time view, if you are a person that easily distracted, so for example, if you are going to do a specific task right now, and then suddenly something pop ups on your mind that you're going to do something, and you're going to do that, and then you will not be able to go back to the previous task, so you will not be able to finish it. Okay, so that's the disadvantage if you're going to do that technique or skill, and you are not a fully focused person. Okay, so you will be distracted, so meaning you will not be productive because you will not be able to finish your goal. So make sure if you're going to do multi-active time view, you have to be focused, even though you are distracted because you're going to do other things. That person will be able to go back to the task that he was able to, that he was doing, and is going to finish that one. All right. And if we're going to check the disadvantage of linear time view, of course, the disadvantage is, let me think. Um, of course, um, you can only, let's say, you can only accomplish what you have, like, what you have planned. All right. So there is like a limitation of the accomplishments of the productivity that you have obtained for linear time view. But for multi-active time view, you will be able to accomplish a lot. Okay. So that's the disadvantage. One of the disadvantages of linear time view.
And for the follow-up question with regards to doing a job, a specific job, for every specific job that you do, does it have to be, kailangan linear lang? Kailangan multi-active lang, or it depends on the person?
Correct. It depends on the person, and also it depends on the nature of the job. Okay. For flight attendant, of course, you are a future flight attendant, so you have to bear in mind that you have to do linear time view during boarding, during in-flight, and during landing duties. Okay. Of course, if other job, like for example BPO, you can do multitasking on that specific job, but for cabin crew, of course, it's different.
Yeah. All right, I think
Dapat sinabi mo na lang na regalo mo yung cake.
oo nga, parang happy kami, no? Tapos share mo sa amin yung cake. We all love cake. All right, I think
Ikaw bumili.
Judy, Abby sent a message. Thank you, Sir FJ. Hindi daw niya ma-on yung mic niya kasi her dogs are going crazy. That's what she said. So, but she sends her thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. May nagpapahabol na questions, but we're gonna extend the time. For everybody who has any question, please send a message to FJ. And FJ, please, can you kindly indulge us with all your social media, your businesses, kung saan nila ko kontakin? Ako, ang daming lumalabas. Sir, pwede pahabol. Sir, pwede pahabol. Nako. Ayan, you can message him directly. The floor is yours, FJ.
Okay, thank you. You can contact me through Facebook, and my Facebook name is Fidel Guido, Fidel Gido, and just send me. I will be able to answer all your questions. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Fidel Jezreel Guido, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let's give him a hand. Thank you, FJ. Also, before you type your Facebook, your social media then on our chat box also so they can read later on. Yan. Meron akong isang request. Actually, meron kaming request, no? If pwede ba magpa-picture kasama si FJ para daw meron tayong magandang memory kasama nakikita kayo. No, all right. So it's just gonna be quick screenshot for everybody. Just a reminder, a good memory of FJ's talk. Salamat po. Ayan, nagtanggal na ng mga headgear tsaka face mask. Si Christopher, nagtanggal na ng face mask. Salamat po. Ayan, no, naglabasa ng mga tao. Alright, let's just do a very, very quick one. Alright, so I'll just count. 1, 2, 3, cheese! Alright, one more. So basta ngiti lang kayo because we have 3 pages. So para everybody's ready, one more. 1, 2, 3, cheese. And for the last page po, one more. All right. 1, 2, 3. Ayan, humabol si AD Consego. 1, 2, 3, cheese. Okay, thank you again, everybody. We're gonna have a 2 to 3 minute break as we prepare for our next speaker. Thank you. Purser CJ, salamat. CJ, salamat. Yay.
Thank you for listening to my konting drama story.
Tago sa puso. Actually, I'm not sure kung sa iba din, pero yung video naglalag, no? Pero yung audio napakalinaw, no? Dabang-dabang.
Talaga? Baka yung internet ko.
May parts. I'm not sure kung nag-glitch. Siguro what we'll do, I don't know kung affected tayo lahat or it's me. I'm not really sure. After CJ's, before we go to the next, siguro let's have yung next break natin. I'll log out, tas balik na lang tayo lahat para sure tayo lahat makapag-reset. Okay.
Pero did you hear everything?
Yes, very much.
Oh, okay.
Yes po.
Yes po. Narinig.
Hashtag love without respect is weak. Oh.
Oy, totoo yun That's true.
Nilagay na.
Solid
diba?
yun, solid yun.
Oo. Nakita ko daming
ang dami bang na-apekto
Iba na, gano'n na lang.
Relate. Sermon relate.
Nakarelate lahat no?
Sabi ni Rome Payer, iti-tweet na daw niya yan. Alright, so same procedure if you have questions, kahit love life, di ba? Oh, andyan si Purser CJ. Advice. Alright, so again,
live blog guru.
Just comment or comment on the chat box or raise your hand. For the meantime, habang you are typing or thinking of the next question, Handa ko ng aking phone-in question para sa'yo, para may time sila mag-isip.
Call a friend,
Alright.
charot.
4 ulit. Tignan ko yung pinakamahirap. Joke lang. Okay. So, ito yung tanong niya. What is something that you learned as a flight attendant? Something specific that you learned while being a flight attendant that you apply outside the job? So, something that you learned while being a flight attendant that you'd apply in your everyday life.
I think, sir, tulad ng sinabi ko kanina,
Nabanggit mo nga kanina.
Yeah, learn to respect others. What they like, what they want. Kasi iba-iba tayo. Every day we meet new people, diba? Iba-iba tayo ng personality, iba-iba tayo kahit religion, iba-iba tayo. Iba-iba tayo ng attitude, iba-iba tayo ng outlook sa buhay. So, if respect them, maiintindihan mo sila, and the less conflict you will have with each other. Importante yun, especially when you're working with different nationalities, importante talaga yung respect. So, for me, yun yung pinaka-importante. And sabi ko nga kanina, diba, importante siya in our everyday lives, ng asawa ko, ng anak ko, because without respect, ang gulo. So, yun yung nagagamit ko talaga even outside work.
Oo. Thus, the hashtag, love without respect. Trending na yan mamaya sa Twitter. No, Rome? Papa-trend ni Twitter. Ay, ni Rome. Okay, we have one from Adi again. Adi Abisilia. What are your tips? What are your tips on imposing authority as a leader? Ayan, that's a good one. Because when you're a leader, iba-iba nga yung personality. So, iba-iba yung age bracket, yung background.
Yes.
So, what are your tips on imposing authority?
Para sa akin, know your limits. Know your boundaries. Kasi some may become your friends talaga. Minsan, too close is bad. Kasi ang ending, nawawala yung respect. So, minsan iba-iba nga kayo ng age, tama siya, no? Pag iba-iba kayo ng age, minsan kapag mas matanda sa'yo, they will not respect you. Ikaw ang purser, pero sila ang mas matanda sa'yo. They're not the leader, pero sila yung mas matanda. They will not respect you. So, minsan kailangan mo talaga na from the very start, set your limits na. Para alam nila kung hanggang saan lang sila.
Yeah.
Ayun.
Yeah. That's true. No? Sometimes because of age, seniority, or for whatever reason, some people may think that they know better. Pero at the end of the day, you're right. You are the leader. That's why you are in that position. That's why we have the briefing,
man. Yeah.
Yan. Ayan, that's na-mention ni CJ.
Expectations and limit, yeah. We have the briefing. So, doon lang masaset na yun.
Yan. Na-mention niya ni CJ and ni FJ kanina, yung mga briefing. That's where the pursers, the head cabin attendants like CJ, ayan, inaano nila kung ano yung goal natin, kung ano yung direction tayo pupunta. That's right. That's why it's very important. Maliban sa safety and service, pinaplano nyo yung flight, no? Tapos minsan, pag layover station, pinaplano nyo rin, o saan tayo kakain? O saan tayo mag-shopping?
Saan tayo mag-shopping?
Kasama sa plano. Alright. Correct. One more. Ayan, ang dami. From my Rick Razon, since you mentioned about love, happiness, etc., from a standpoint, would you rather be happy or be right? Aba, natanong mo na to eh. O, sige, tingnan natin yung opinion ni CJ. From your standpoint, would you rather be happy or be right?
Alam mo, kung hindi ka naman right, di ka rin naman magiging happy. So when you're right, you're happy. Diba? It comes together. If you're wrong, how can you be happy? So when you're right, you're happy. Diba?
Galing. Pero CJ, I'm willing to be wrong basta ikasasaya niya.
Wow! Ikasasaya niya, pero hindi mo ikasaya.
Okay lang. Basta happy ka. Sabi nga ni
sacrifices for love.
Di ba, Mon? Gusto mo yan, Mon, no? Mondo Ortiz of Fly High Manila.
Oo, si Sir Mon pa. Everything for love.
Or may gusto sabihin, pero wag muna. Later on na lang.
Alright. From Stephanie Padulyon. Hello, Miss. How to be genuinely happy if you are that far from your loved ones?
Ang sakit naman yan. Alam mo, ang hirap niyan kasi that's why I chose to stay here sa bahay. Kasi nga, mahirap talaga to achieve that. Pero, I think hindi naman porkit malayo ka, you can't be genuinely happy. Kasi, nasa heart mo naman sila, diba?
Yes.
Besides, Oo, anytime naman siguro, pag kasama mo sila, alam niyo na, kapag may mga happy moments kayo together, happy memories, just by remembering those memories, I think you can be genuinely happy, especially with the people you love, diba?
Yeah. That's nice. Thank you, CJ. Stephanie, mamaya, I think we have, or for the next few days of the conference now, you got a take from CJ na nag-work na based sa Philippines. Meron tayong mga speakers na hindi sila based sa Philippines. Tignan mo rin yung opinion nila. Tanong mo ulit.
Yes.
Yan. From Ayan Blanco, hi, Miss CJ. I am watching your vlogs. My question is, in a purser's perspective, ayan, in a purser's perspective, how do you handle cultural diversity pagdating sa mga subordinates? Thanks po.
Naku, oo. Naku, alam mo, napakahirap niyan. Sa totoo lang. Kaya nga kailangan meron kang deep understanding kung ano at saan sila nanggagaling. Kasi minsan may mga opinion sila na, oh, saan nanggaling yun? Parang, alam mo yun, parang, bakit ganun? Especially if you're the leader, parang they expect you na i-support sila 100%. Pero that's difficult kasi for a leader. Kasi you have to also listen to others. Minsan may mga decisions na kailangan yung gawin. May mga kailangan kayong planuhin sa flight. Iba-iba yung, alam mo yun, parang iba-iba yung opinion nila. You have to weigh things kung saan yung, hindi sa kung saan yung mas nakararami, pero kung ano yung mas makakabuti sa flight.
Yes.
So, yun.
Yes. If I may add, ipapasok ko lang yung sinabi ni FJ, no? Yung siguro pwede mo ipasok dito yung linear and multi-active goal. Kung as a purser, ang linear goal nyo is to leave and depart and arrive in your destination safely and comfortably. Pero kung paano mo i-manage, siguro yun yung i-multitask mo kasi kada tao iba-iba. Pero you have one goal. So,
mag-delegate ka talaga ng task. Kasi as leader, ikaw rin naman pwede ka mag-delegate ng task to your crew members.
Yes.
So, para ma-organize ng maayos talaga.
And have one outcome. That's so nice. Thank you. Thank you, Ayan. That's a good question. Very nice. Ako, ano na yung mga next comment? Boom! Iba. Okay. Ayan, from CatCat. From CatCat Segui. Sorry if I'm murdering your last name. Basta si CatCat. I have a question po. Can you give us an advice kung paano mapapagaan ang pagsabayin ang love and career? Kung paano mapapagaan pag pinagsasabay ang love and career? Po.
Just know your priorities. And very important din na yung love life, yung partner mo understands what your priorities as well. If your priorities, your career, syempre, dapat naiintindihan niya ng partner mo. Usually, nagkaka-conflict lang naman kapag hindi ka naiintindihan ng partner mo, di ba? Kasi, like me, napagsasabay ko naman siya because my husband understands my work. So, kailangan merong understanding kayong dalawa. Kasi kung wala, paano nyo talaga siya pagsasabayin, di ba? Ako, meron pa akong daughter. Imagine, paano ko na lang talaga nagagawa lahat. So, time management, importante din. Make sure na meron kayong time to your partner. Hindi pwedeng puro career lang din. Siyempre, mahirap din naman yun. So, make sure to make time sa career, sa love life, to your family. So, everything. Kailangan lang talaga know your priorities lang.
And in short, love without respect is weak.
Yes.
Parang yun din, no? If you have respect for the person, you understand them.
Yes.
Ina-elaborate lang ni CJ.
Kaya kailangan nandun siya. Kaya that's why number 1 ang respect talaga.
Thank you. From Tanya Marquez, we all know that the initial training, the cabin crew initial training is really hard. I agree. Ano po yung mga nag-i-inspire at motivation to ace all the requirements and to pass the training? So what's your motivation during the cabin crew training?
Motivation? Actually, tumingin ka lang sa picture ng isang flight attendant at sabihin mo lang sa sarili mo na I want to be like her. I think that's enough to motivate you. Plus, ngayon, nung panahon ko, picture lang ha. Kasi that's panahon pa ni Kopong-Kopong. And now you have videos, YouTube videos that can inspire you, that can help you to pass the interview, to pass the training. Hi Manila, ang dami-daming videos about that, about the training, initial training. Ako, ang naging inspiration ko noon is my family. Family talaga na I want to give them a better life. I want them to, I want to bring them somewhere else na makapag-vacation together. So, hahanapin mo lang talaga. Pero, the fact you want to be a cabin crew is, yun na yung magpapamotivate sa'yo.
Yeah. Yes. So
I
nice.
think it's more than enough, diba? Na yun na yung
Yes.
dream mo eh. Just focus lang talaga.
Thank you. From Rachel Yari, dumating na po ba yung punto na you and other FA had a fight during the flight? Ayan. May inaway. Ay, hindi. Nag-away. Na ba? May nakaaway ka na ba sa flight?
Ay, wala kasi mahaba ang pasensya ko eh.
So
There are times,
hindi ka terror head CA. Mga ganyan, mga terror.
may pagka. No. Hindi kasi, may time na nagalit ako dahil merong hindi nasunod. Pero hindi ako yung nakipag-away. Kasi professional tayo dapat. So kung magagalit ka, hindi yung para kang palingkera nakipag-away ka sa kapitbahay nyo, ganun. So yes, I admit nagalit ako, pero hindi ko ginawa in front of others. So kailangan kapag nandun ka sa point yun, kasi hindi mo naman maiiwasan, may mga pinagawa ka na hindi nagawa, na miss out for some reason. Siyempre, iintindihin mo din why, tatanong mo rin why, and once malaman mo naman yung reason, maiintindihan mo naman din. So, better lang talaga na maging professional tayo especially inside the cabin, in front of the passengers, never akong nakapag-away. Kasi I don't think it's right.
Yan. May comment si Gracel Garciano, it takes a right partner para mapasabay mo ng maayos. Char.
Tama yun. Tama siya.
True. Hindi yun, Char. Tama yun. We agree. From Rachel Yari, ayan, yes, marami akong pictures and videos na paulit-ulit kong tinitingnan at pinapanood. Way of motivating myself. I assume ito yung mga flight attendant videos and pictures, no? From your katukayo, from CJ Maala, from Christine Joy, kapangalan mo CJ. Hi, Miss CJ. From your experience being a purser, both with domestic and international flight, can you cite some unforgettable experiences you had for both? So, an unforgettable story during domestic, as a purser, and as a purser for an international flight.
Okay, I remember domestic flight. It was a Jensen flight, no? Jensen. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Kasi dalawang Jensen. Yeah. Usual naman din talaga yung flight yun for us kasi minsan lang yun. Swerte kapag nabigyan ka sa isang buwan.
Oh, yes.
I was already an LCCI that time, pero nabigyan ako ng domestic. Luckily, Jensen siya. So, during our Manila Jensen flight, yung aircraft namin, nakapark siya sa T3, yung parking bay, meron siyang restrictions. We can only use the back door for boarding, which is very unusual because we use forward door, diba, for boarding. And when you use the back door for boarding, it's very unusual. So this passenger seated at 1 Charlie boarded last from the back, going to the forward section. And unfortunately, nung nandun na siya sa seat niya, wala nang space overhead din. So nagalit siya agad without even asking for help or anything. He kept on talking and talking. Matetest talaga yung patience nyo. Grabe. So what I did was, I was the purser eh. I went to the galley. Huminga ako ng malalim kasi gusto ko na talaga siyang patulan. Sorry. Huminga talaga ako ng malalim kasi ang dami niyang sinasabi. And then after that, I went back to him and I helped him. So ang ending, nahihiya siya sa ginawa niya. So fast forward to our last leg, which is Jensen Manila. So pang last leg ko. The passenger at 1 Delta approached me. And then he said, Miss, ang haba ng pasensya mo, no? I was in your first flight this morning. Pasawa yung pasahero na yan na nakaupo sa 1C. Pero great job, ha? Great job ang haba ng pasensya mo. So nakakatuwa lang, coming from a passenger, kasi bihira yon. Actually, that was my first time na mismo pasahero ang nagsabi sa akin na gano'n. Nakaka-inspire na ayusin mo yung trabaho mo, ipagpatuloy mo kung ano yung ginagawa mo. Very memorable sa akin yung flight na yun. Sa domestic. Sa international, do I have to give sa international?
Yes, please. May international din. Sinulit ni
International din.
CJ yung tanong. Nilahat na.
Sorry. So, sa international flight, ang hindi ko makakalimutan talaga siguro yung check ride ko ng Kuwait. Very sad ako pag naalala ko siya kasi yun yung last flight ko na rin to Kuwait. Nagkaroon kami ng medical emergency. Sa lahat naman ng flights, doon pa talaga magkakaroon ng medical emergency sa check ride. So, we had to use the PO2 bottle, everything. Alam niyo kung ano pinagdadasal ko noon? Sa pinakamahirap kasi talaga sa lahat ang ma-divert. Sabi ko, Lord, okay na to, nandito na-accept ko na, ito na yung situation, but please, matuloy sana kami sa Kuwait. Ayoko ma-divert. Check ride eh. So, ayun, for international, yun talaga yung unang pumapasok sa isip ko. Kasi, imagine na itawid ko yun. Nakapasa ko doon. Grabe talaga.
Okay, so for those na hindi familiar sa term na check ride, correct me if I'm wrong.
Sorry,
CJ.
yeah.
Yeah, check ride. If you can elaborate, what is check ride pala?
Ang check
For
ride
the
is,
others.
before you become an LCCI, syempre kailangan, parang test mo, final test. If you're qualified ba talaga to be an LCCI or not. So, yun yung last step before ka talaga maging purser.
Yan. So, kumbaga finals yan. Finals.
Yeah. Finals.
Hands-on, everything. Kumbaga, you will be working as a regular cabin crew and you will be checked in everything that you do. Kaya yung sinasabing challenging kasi syempre, chine-check ka as much as possible, gusto mo swabe, walang mangyari.
Yes,
Syempre, pag may nangyayari, pati yun, kasama sa check mo. So, isipin mo, may actual emergency ka na, chine-check ka pa, tapos pag bumagsak ka, pag hindi mo nagawa na mabuti trabaho mo, sablay, tapos bagsak ka pa, all in one. Nyak-nyak. Di ba? Kaya pressure is on. Yun yung sinasabi niya. Sana wag ma-divert.
Imagine the pressure.
Oo. Kinabukasan mo yung nandito. Buhay ng pasahero nandito. Lahat na. Bitbit mo na yung mundo.
Exactly.
Okay, from David James. Miss CJ, have you ever offloaded a passenger before?
Yes.
And
I
why?
did. Okay. Bakit nga ba? Kasi this passenger, he was drunk. So, after talking with him na tumigil na, foreigner to ha, he was drunk, boarding pa lang, nasa exit row siya, he doesn't want to comply. Alam niyo ang exit row kasi no bags allowed, diba? And ito ang number 1 talaga. Sa totoo lang, everyday, part ng cabin crew life, hindi talaga ito mawawala. As in everyday, merong pasahero na ayaw mag-stow ng bag sa overhead bin. Kahit hindi lasing, guys. Ito guys, lasing. So, the more na nagpasaway siya. Kasi, yung iba nga, diba, hindi naman lasing, nagpapasaway sa bag. So, eto pa. Ang pinakamalala niya kasing ginawa is nagsulat siya, hindi ko maalala kung nabubura ba yung marker niya or something. Basta nagsulat siya sa tray table. So, sorry, I had to offload him. Wala na akong choice but to offload him.
Na yan, parang vandalism na, kumbaga,
iba na yun.
Wala nang respect.
Actually, kahit hindi siya nagsulat, plano ko na rin talaga siyang i-offload kasi ayaw niya talaga sumunod sa amin.
Can you kind of elaborate on why kahit sobrang drunk siya na he eventually has to be offloaded, if you don't mind? Kung ano yung risk na nandun siya sa flight? Kung nandun yung isang sobrang drunk passenger, kung bakit kailangan ma-offload para ma-gets din ng iba.
Kasi parang sa sobrang pagka-drunk niya, parang mentally hindi na siya stable. Anything pwedeng mag-arise in the middle of the flight, which of course we want to avoid that na in the middle of the flight, dun pa siya magwawala or anything. So, prevention is better than cure. Kasi before that flight, dapat maayos niyo lahat. Before you close the door, yun ang turo sa amin nung training as a purser. Before you close the door, you have to make sure that everything is perfect. From your documents to your passengers, everything, as in everything. Wag ka mag-close ng door. Ma-delay na ang flight, wag lang lumipad ang eroplano nang may problema. That's why, sorry, we have to offload talaga.
Yan.
Yun.
True yun. Tama siya. Kung ang word for the talk ni CJ ay respect, ang word naman ni FJ, other than preparation, is proactive. So, yun yung mindset ni CJ, especially when you're a leader.
Yes.
Kung may drunk passenger na, bakit mo paantayin na may mangyari in flight? So, as a cabin crew in general, those are the things that you always look out for. Kaya sabi nga nila, di ba, kahit nagbo-boarding ka pa lang, hi, good morning. Akala nyo nag-greet lang kami, pero actually, chinecheck na namin kayo individual.
Human scanner.
Pino-profile, di ba? Pino-profile na, human scanner. Chinecheck na namin kung may emergency, makakatulong ba to? O baka ito mismo yung magdadala ng emergency. Thus, pag sobrang drunk ka, that's why we cannot allow you in the flight. Ayan.
Yes.
From Eduardo Del Rosario Jr., nakakamiss mag-travel. Siguro we will accept 2 more questions. Meron akong dalawang may nag-text. Umiyok pa. May nag-text. Ayan. Isa from, tatago natin sa pangalang Amor Maximo. Si Mayan. Ang tanong, have you experienced those pasaway colleagues as a leader?
Colleagues.
Pasaway na colleague. How did you handle them?
Yes. Madami.
Nagtatanong ka para pag ikaw na pag head CA na siguro si Mayan, yun yung gagawin niyang style.
Well,
ng tips.
Madami. Before check-in pa lang, meron ng pasaway. Oo, totoo 'yan. Pero minsan kasi iisipin mo na lang din na parang ako sorry talaga. Ako kasi hindi talaga ako pasaway nung junior. Kung anong sabihin sa akin nung lead ng purser, ginagawa ko talaga. That's why akala ko nga dati, madali talaga maging purser kasi sasabihin mo lang, do this, do that. Kasi ako, siguro nga, kaya ako ganito. Alam nyo, para maging good leader kayo, you also have to be a good follower. 'Di ba? Ganun ako when I was a junior. Kaya kapag ngayon meron akong mga nakakalipad na pasaway na hindi sumusunod sa mga sinabi ko or sa kung ano yung dapat gawin, nadi-disappoint ako, I feel sad. Kasi niisip ko, bakit ganun? Bakit may mga, 'di ba? Bakit may ganito? Ba't ganito na ba yung generation ngayon? Minsan napapaganon ako. Pero yun lang, pasensya lang talaga. Kaya nga, pag cabin crew talaga, mahaba ang pasensya.
If I may, no, I love what CJ said. Actually, I agree with you. To be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. Kaya siguro hindi ka nasa-stress out masyado, or it's additional para sa opinion ko na mas nire-respeto ka nila as a leader because alam nila nung ikaw yung follower ay marunong ka sumunod, marunong ka magtrabaho. I'm sure you will agree, even the other flight attendants here, yung speakers na kasama natin. Yung mga kasama natin sa airline, minsan pag nagiging leader na sila or purser, parang biglang sobrang higpit. Tapos magtataka ka, bakit sila yung cabin crew nung katrabaho ko sobrang pasaway, ngayon mahigpit ka? Because nung nabigyan sila ng position of leadership, tsaka nila naintindihan, ay, dapat pala ganun. Pero if you started with a mindset like CJ and most of kasama natin here, if you're a good follower, if you are a good junior, pag naging ikaw na yung nasa position, ay, naiintindihan mo kasi. So it's hindi ganun kahirap ibigay sa'yo yung respect and pagsunod sa'yo, etc. No, ang liit na bagay pero nakakatawa, ano, parang, sobrang iba ugali niya ngayon. Bakit ang sungit niya? Pasaway kaya yan. Para matatawa na lang.
Pero ang hirap din naman masabihan ng nun, diba? Kasi it happens talaga. At marami din naman akong kilala na ganyan na hindi na natin papangalanan. pero ano yan? Reality yan. Reality.
Yes,
Kaya,
it happens.
Totoo yan.
Well, the difference between them and for everybody that's watching, now, pag kayo naging cabin crew, alam, alam din na, you can, like sabi nga, be proactive, you can prepare. To some of us kasi we don't know that. Pag nalagay tayo sa position, ay, tsaka natin na-realize. And that's what's great about events like this, speakers like CJ and everybody else. Salamat. Okay, last question. Sakto na huli. Ito na yung last dahil ito yung feeling ko pinaka-importanting tanong sa lahat. Para sa'yo, ha? Binibuild up ko, no? Yung kilay mo nagsasalubong na. From Starsky, Sir, pwede mo po itanong kay ma'am kung meron siyang lutang moment sa flight. Pakikwento.
Oo naman.
Pakikwento ang iyong lutang moment.
No. Kasi guys, ganito maybe I'm different from many crew na nandito. Kasi ako, I'm not a night person. I'm a morning person. So, I love early morning flights. So, pag early morning flights, lahat ng kalipad ko lutang. Ako lang ang hindi lutang. Which is, I think, good. At least, isa sa amin hindi lutang, di ba? So, during night flight, first leg, around 9 in the evening, 10 in the evening, hindi nga kasi ako more night person. So, ang ginagawa ko, syempre, kailangan may preparation tayo. Kasi, I know myself better. Alam ko na hindi ako tatagal sa night flight. So, ginagawa ko, afternoon, nagsisiesta talaga ako. At hindi siya siesta na 1 hour, ha. I will sleep for about 3 hours, 4 hours before my flight. Yeah. Ganun ako mag-prepare talaga sa flight, especially night flight. So, during my first leg pa lang, kung ano-ano, sorry, ipapahiya ko na yung sarili ko dito.
Okay lang, sa atin lang naman, hindi naman lalabas.
During boarding, so instead of saying, "Hi ma'am, welcome aboard," I'd say, "Bye, thank you."
Bali-baliktad na.
Bye, thank you. So, parang yung pasahero, kakasakay ko pa lang And then during landing, na-experience ko mag-announce na parang, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have just landed. Parang instead of Manila, I would say, we have just landed in Incheon, Korea. Parang, oh my God, nakita ko talaga yung mga pasahero na nagtatawanan talaga sila. Parang, alam mo yun, parang ikaw matatawa ka na lang din, uulitin mo na lang. Tapos parang, ayun na, good vibes na. Masaya na yung mga pasahero kahit na delay kasi nagkamali ka.
CJ, ina-admit nyo po ba pag nagkamali kayo?
Oo, kasi wala ka ng choice kasi nasabi mo na siya over the PA. So, instead na magpatay mali siya ka, just say, okay, sorry, we have just landed. Stay professional. So, kaya wala na, narinig na nila. So, better na lang to admit your mistake and, alam mo yun, move on.
So, pagka-announce mo, we have just landed in Incheon, Korea. Bababa mo muna, titigil mo na mga 5 seconds kasi mali ako, no? Tapos tatawa muna kayo, tapos saka mo hahabulin.
Ang nakakainis pa, yung katabi ko, yung pa yung nangunguna tumawa. Parang, ikaw pa talaga unang tumawa dyan, ha? Sobrang funny. Ang funny lang, sobrang kakatawa lang talaga. Minsan naman, syempre, wala ka na magawa, tuloy-tuloy mo na lang. Minsan yung time, mali, ganyan. Yung mga lutang moment ko, usually nangyayari siya sa akin sa night flight kasi nga morning person ako. So, sorry naman.
Akala ko sabihin mo, so pag morning, lutang lahat, so I belong.
Hindi, ako lang nagising.
Ako lang nagising. Okay.
Oo.
Okay, so thank you, CJ. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your questions. If you have more questions, alam ko, and for everybody, please send her a message. And where can we catch you, CJ? Go ahead. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere.
Yeah. So again, my name is CJ De Gia, and that's also my YouTube channel, CJ De Gia. And if you want to know more about me and my life as a flight attendant, a mom, and a plantita, please visit my channel. I have a lot of entertaining and inspiring videos for you. And of course, aside from that, I also have my Facebook page, which is CJ De Gia Vlogs. And my Instagram, last na, sulitin ko na, my Instagram is CJ De Gia. CJ De Gia lang din ang Instagram.
Wala.
Nag-stop na ako kasi, mga ano lang naman yung maliliit. So, ayun nga guys, I know we're in the middle of the pandemic, but please stay positive. Keep your eyes on the goal, use your time wisely, and always choose happiness. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening and for asking questions. Maraming salamat.
So alam niyo na kung ano susunod dahil tulad ni Mayuric, nagpakita na siya ng video. Let's take a picture. Proactive.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so just smile. We'll just do screenshots for everybody. 1, 2, 3. Next page. Sa ngiti lang dahil, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Last page. 1, 2. Oh, habulin natin. Si Daphne nagpakita. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
If you have questions, I could answer naman. Teka lang, habang inaayos ko ang aking audio. Kasi gusto ko kayong marinig.
Janine,
Go
okay
ahead.
na?
I can look sa chat, no? I can look na lang. Okay, sige. How many questions could I answer? 3? 2? Okay, sige. 3. Okay, sige. Okay. Meron tayong ayan. What brand and shade of red and nude lipsticks can you recommend for morenas? Okay, so for this one, actually, ako, nagsimula talaga ako sa MAC, Ruby Red. Everyone knows that. Every flight attendant, si Candice, na nagsismile. Ayan, it's a staple for all the flight attendants ngayon. Doon talaga nagsisimula ang lahat kasi yun ang pinaka nakakapagpa-stand out ng inyong mukha. It's bright. So it's not too bright, it's not too dark. It's just the right red for you. For morenas as well, lalong-lalo na sa mga fair skin, sobrang maganda yung shade na yon. That's MAC Ruby Red. And for the nude naman, there is this brand called Colorette. I don't know if you're familiar with it. Yeah, Colorette. It's Zola. The shade is Zola. Yun yung name, shade nung ano na yun, nung lipstick na yun. And also sa Sunny's Face. Talagang ano, baka naman sa may pag-promote ng brand nila. Yun, Sunny's Face. Ayun, merong, I think that the shade is called Baked and Nudist. Yun yung mga hindi masyadong nude pero at least meron pa rin konting peach. Basta huwag kayo masyadong mag-nude na shade ng lipstick. Para hindi kayo magmukhang maputla. Ganon. Ayan. Eto, laging tinatanong sa akin to actually. Kailangan po bang magpatanggal ng nunal sa face or on the arms before mag-apply? For ako, I'll be speaking sa akin Kasi hindi ko talaga sure sa ibang airlines. Pero sa amin kasi, hindi naman kailangan. Pero, not unless the mole is super visible, like nakaka-distract siya ng, like sa paningin nung kakausapin mo. Like for example, nandito, sa gitna, tapos super laki, or somewhere, basta yung nakaka-distract. I know, merong mga crew na nagkukusa sila na ipatanggal yon kasi alam nilang nakaka-distract talaga yon. So, merong mga crew na bago pa lang sila mag-apply, pinapatanggal nila. Or, papatanggal nila after nila ma-hire. Kasi, alam ko, possible din tanongin nyo na, okay lang ba sa'yo tanggalin yung mole mo, ganyan. So, for my airline yun lang, sa akin, sa airline lang namin. Hindi naman siya, kasi may mga ka-work naman ako na may mga moles sa face. Pero, ayun. Next, pangilan na yun? Second question na yun, no? Last one. Sige. Wait, ang dami. Tingnan lang, di ako makapili. Ayan, okay.
Kahit dalawa.
Sabi, ito sa Guy, nagtanong. Hi po, Miss Janine. I would like to ask regarding po sa skincare for men. Any recommendations po, especially po sa mga sensitive type of skin po? Ang galang naman ni Kuya. Kuya. Char. For men, actually, ngayon, meron, hindi ko alam kung familiar kayo sa brand na Lux Organics. Wow, hindi to sponsored. Pero I don't know if you're familiar with that brand. It's a local brand actually, but the product is made and formulated in Korea. Stockholder. Hindi, pero yeah, kasi usually, ang mas maganda talaga sa face is yung Asian skin type talaga. Yun nga, since, like what I said earlier, do not use anything na super, yung chemical is very strong, which is all what do you call this, the American brands has. So, for the sensitive skin, there is one ingredient na you have to look out for, which is the AHA and BHA. So, yun daw yung for sensitive skin. Yun yung okay sa sensitive skin. So, if you're buying something, but very important din na basahin nyo kung ano yung nandoon sa product na yun, kung ano yung mga ingredients niya. So, make sure there is AHA, BHA ingredients doon sa product na bibilhin. Ayun. So, hala, ano ba ako? Overtime ba? Overtime? Sorry. Sorry, direct.
Kahit
One more?
2 more?
Okay,
Yeah. Kahit 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sige.
Mabilis lang mag-answer.
Yun, yeah.
Para maraming masagot.
Yeah. Dr. Organic daw available sa Watson. Yun pa yung kinagandahan doon kasi sa lahat ng Watsons, mabibili. Follow-up answer. Yun. Just in case lang hindi kayo familiar, sa Watson siya nakikita. Okay, so, eto pa. From my Razon. Sorry, hindi ko nabanggit yung mga pangalan kanina. On interview day for men, mag-men tayo kasi kanina medyo, puro tayo, On interview day for men, if one is wearing BB cream or foundation or concealer, does it have a negative impact? Actually, hindi naman. Hindi naman siguro. Pero wag naman yung super, what do you call this? Super obvious. Kasi ang BB cream, I think BB cream is the safest because foundation is super visible. Malalaman agad na mayroon kang foundation kasi it will make your skin look like it's your second skin. Tama ba? Yung parang nagpatong ka ng isa pang skin sa mukha mo, magmumukha siyang makapal. Foundation is not advisable. Concealer, yes, to conceal all your imperfections lang. Don't make it too much. Sa under eye, pwede rin maglagay ng onte. Pero, make sure lang ha sa guys, if you are, make sure lang sa guys na yung shade nung concealer na gagamitin nyo is the same shade as your skin tone. Do not use lighter or darker. Sobrang obvious naman nun. So, just test it out first before you buy kasi may mga tester na, ewan ko lang ngayon, syempre COVID na. No? Pero, I suggest you try it first sa hand nyo and tsaka nyo na lang siya i-pat-pat sa face nyo if it's safe. Pero, I don't know if that will work. Pero, yun lang. Yun yung suggestion ko. Hindi naman siya negative impact.
Neng, pupuntahan ka muna ni Kuya dito bukas.
Just not too much. Yung, alam nyo naman siguro kung ano yung obvious, di ba? So, try nyo after nyo maglagay, try nyo mag-selfie or mag-picture na may flash. Doon nyo malalaman kung tama ba yung shade na ginamit nyo or hindi. O, di ba? Another tip. Okay, so last one. Ito. From Star Sky? Ma'am, ano po ba recommendation para mawala yung scar? Very good question. If ever man na may time ka para pawalain yung scar sa face, sa arms, sa legs, ganyan, I suggest you use yung mga products na merong anong lemon, parang calamansi. Ganon klaseng products. May nabibiling ganon sa Watsons. Then, 'di ba? Watsons is the place to be. So, you could get like products from there na yung mga soap na may whitening. Pero yung scar hindi naman siya like mawawala talaga. Depende sa scar kung ano ba yan, kung talagang iba-iba kasi yung klase ng scar. Alam niyo, nung 2 days ago lang, nag-research ako about that. Kasi medyo na-stress ako sa scar ko sa face ngayon. Pero, ayun, merong product na whitening. Mas maganda if niacinamide. I don't know if you, syempre, di ba, nag-search tayo ng. Pero niacinamide ingredient, again, you watch out for that as well. It whitens the dark spots. And Lux Organics, ulit. Sana sponsor Lux Organics. Pero yun, niacinamide is one of the formulas that could lighten your dark spots. Yun. Pero kung wala kayong time na what do you call this? Magpa-lighten ng scars, yun nga, concealer. Concealer talaga yung best way. Like, if, for example, 5 days na lang bago mag-hiring, you don't have any more time to make kuskus your whatever it is that you want to kuskus. So, yun. Concealer. Concealer, which is, again, same color as your skin tone. Ayun. Okay. Ay.
Let's take a picture. Janine, gets mo to. Picture. Janine.
Picture? Okay.
Yes. Oh, di ba? Ang galing. Okay. Everybody, let's take a picture. Ayan. So, tatanggal ulit si Christopher. Pasensya na, Christopher. On, off, ha. Tanggal masuot, mas. Pasensya at salamat. Alright. Let's take a picture. Bibilang ako para makita ni... 1, 2... teka lang. Habulin natin si Ed. Okay. 1, 2, 3. One more. Okay. Ayan. 1, 2, 3. Just smile. Isa pa. Last one for the third page. O, di ba? Nagpapakita ang nakararami. Pag may picture taking talaga, lumalabas eh. O. Alright. 1, 2, 3.
Ganun talaga, Sir Amor.
Oo. Sana buong picture taking all the way, no? Para labas. Alright, Janine, if you can see me, thank you.
Ano?
Thank you. Okay na.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Ano naman tayo technical difficulty. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Alright. Thank you. Thank you, Colette. Salamat. Ay, ganda. Salamat. Ganda.
Thank you, sir.
Salamat. May komento lang ako, Ako i-name names ko lang yung kwento niya. Yung sinabi niyang one time na may kalipad siya na sobrang sipag niya, tapos yung kalipad niya sobrang chill lang, tatamad-tamad. Ako yun. Oo, okay.
Grabe, masipag ka kaya.
Ako yung walang ginagawa, tapos siya lang yung gumagawa lahat. Ayan. I work with Colette talaga, so it's not a surprise why she's the valedictorian. Why? I mean, everything she says, it's true. I will vouch for you. Ha? Yes! May ganun. I will vouch for you. Ako talaga yung chill lang nakatrabaho. But the best thing that I actually liked about everything that you said is to not give up but still work hard for it with every failure. Kasi alam ko, naririnig natin sa mga aspirants or whatever in life, no? Try until you die. Or try lang. Basta puro try lang. And I say this, and it's nice na Colette emphasized on this na even if you fail, even if you try, there are lessons every time. So, try with a purpose para yung sinabi niyang friend niya na 4 times nag-fail, hindi naman pare-pareho yung ginawa niya nun eh. So, nung nag-fail siya once, may natutunan siya at in-apply niya. Hindi. In-apply niya. Hindi. Until dun sa 5th time. So, it's not really try until you succeed. Pero, try and improve or maybe try with a purpose para continue tayong mag-grow. Ang ganda. Salamat. Tsaka may isa pa akong naalala sa ko na napabalik ako kasi same kami ng airline, parang naalala ko rin yung training ko eh. Sabi mo, set A, set B, no? Tapos yung pinagdadasal mo, sana, ano yung set? Ano yung sabi mo tungkol sa set?
Yung sana, yung makuha ko is yung alam ko, yung familiar ako na set.
Ayun.
Kaya kong sagutin.
Oo, pareho tayo. Kasi yung sa akin, sana yung makuha kong set nung katabi ko din. Hindi, parang mali. pero, parang mali. Pero I love listening to the stories of other flight attendants. Kasi kung kayo nanonood kayo, hindi sa cellphone, sa laptop, yung nakikita niyo yung reaction ng mga ibang speakers natin na flight attendants. Actually, babanggitin ko lang. Ayan. Kasi nakita ko nandito, alam ko sumilip, and we have Candice Gold-Kekep, and one of our speakers, we have Jermaine De Guia. Sige, gulat kayo, no? Oo. We have Giancarlo, si Dong, nandyan din, nakita ko. Si MR, Man Maximo, si Rosette de la Peña. I saw Rosette is there, of course, Mon, no? Habang nagkukwento yung mga ibang stars, sana nakikulit, nagkwento siya about trading. Isipin nyo, iba-iba kami ng airlines. Pero kahit kami pag nagkwekwentuhan kami, we all have more or less the same experience. Kung gaano kahirap yung training, yung mga part na tumutungo sa training, yung sa hardships, ganyan, you know. Because though we have different airlines, everybody looks at us more or less at the same thing. All of the glamour, etc. Kahit pa paano naman we worked hard for this, no? And Colette is a perfect example of that. Valedictorian pa. Oh, di ba? So on that note, any questions? Tanong nyo nga ng algebra, ng physics, i-test nga na. Okay, so again, please type in your questions. For the meantime, magpo-phone in question muna ako para makabuelo. Yan, type nyo lang dyan. Umpisahan ko ng isang phone-in question para kay Colette. My feedback. Okay, there you go. All right. Eto, Colette, isang magandang phone-in question because since you're talking about passion, and it's actually a question that I think a lot of aspirants are asking. Natanong na sa mga, nakita ko na sagot ng mga ibang vloggers to or ibang flight attendants na nasa social media. So this is the question. Can you give an advice to a person who is losing their motivation in pursuing their passion, in reaching their dreams? So to a person that is losing their motivation, what advice can you give them?
For me, syempre, i-acknowledge mo lang din muna yung, for example, yung burnout na yan dun sa motivation. Wala ka ng motivation nga. It's really nice din to acknowledge first. Okay lang na magmukmuk ka lang for a while. But, huwag ka magstay doon. Syempre, always move on ulit. Find again that passion. Find that motivation. Hanapin nyo yung reason ulit kung bakit nyo nga ba ulit gusto, kunwari, maging isang flight attendant. Ano ulit yung mga goals mo? Bakit mo nga pala, yung core reason mo kung bakit mo siya gustong i-achieve ulit. Always go back to that. Kasi for sure, like kagaya ko, 5 years ako nagtatrabaho with PAL. Syempre yung first 3 years, first 2 years, exciting. Pagdating mo ng mga 4th or 5th, nandiyan na yung, syempre, burnout. And hindi mo maiwasan yan kasi tuloy-tuloy. I always go back dun sa reason kung ba't ko nga pala gusto ulit yung job na yun. And isa dun sa mga, nagmulat sa akin actually, na I really love my job, is nung quarantine. Na, di ba, medyo tumigil medyo nabawasan yung flights natin. So, in short, nabawasan din yung sweldo natin. Lumiit yung sweldo natin. And napilitan tayong mag-side hustle or rumakit-rakit. Doon ko na-realize na, oh my gosh, I love my job. Na ito pala talaga yung reason kung ba't ako nandito. Yung burnout, okay lang yan. Malalagpasan ko din yan. Pero sabihin mo sa akin, I'm gonna quit my job. Mawawala sa akin to. Parang, it's so hard. For me, personally. So, hanapin nyo lang ulit yung motivation na yun. Go back to that core reason kung bakit nyo siya ginagawa or bakit nyo siya gustong gawin or i-achieve. Yun.
Nice. Quarantine makes you look at the bigger picture, no? Biglang, yeah. From David James Diction, David James, which part of your training did you face the most difficulty? So, ano yung pinakamahirap na part for you during training?
Siguro, sa totoo lang yung pinaka-naalala ko, yung kinabahan talaga ako sa training is yung general safety equipment.
Okay.
Kasi lahat tayo actually, hindi tayo familiar dyan eh. Kagaya ko, college student, eduk student ako. So, wala akong masyado alam. Unless siguro yung mga may background sa medical field, medyo may alam kayo sa yung mga medical equipment.
Yeah.
Pero kung wala kagaya ko, medyo doon lang ako nahirapan talaga, guys. Medyo mahirap yung safety equipment. Ang dami kasi talaga. Tapos you have to know the, ang tawag doon, mga pre-flight check, kung paano siya gamitin. Tapos nung time namin, may plotting pa yan sa aircraft. Maraming klaseng eroplano. So, depende sa airline. Maraming klaseng eroplano. Kailangan memorize nyo kung saan nyo siya hanapin. Kung saang places siya nakalagay. So, yun. Isa yun sa mga nahirapan ako. And also, yung pinaka-importante siguro is the emergency procedures. Kasi, actual na talaga yun. As in, kailangan, kabado din talaga lahat na noong time din namin, merong license pa for CAAP. Yung kukuha kayo ng mga license, parang, yung piloto, di ba may license to fly sila. Yung mga flight attendant, meron ding license to fly as a flight attendant. Kumbaga, license. Pero ngayon, wala na ata yun. Noong time namin, meron pang ganun na kailangan pa namin gumawa ng actual na emergency procedures inside the aircraft na nire-rate kami kung papasa ba kami o hindi. Kung tama ba yung mga commands na sasabihin namin. Syempre, hindi mo alam kung ano yung sasabihin nila. Kunwari, may fire, may hijack, or whatever. So, kailangan alert ka rin and kailangan alam mo talaga by heart yung mga commands mo. Kasi, syempre, first priority talaga natin as a flight attendant is safety. Hindi naman yung service tsaka yung pagpapaganda talaga natin eh. Bonus na lang din yun, additional na lang yun. Number one talaga, kaya tayo nandun is for the safety of everybody. So, yun.
Yes. And then, nice. Thanks, Nicolette. From MR, X, what is X if X is
Oh my God.
Y over 2 times sin?
Uy, wag ganyan. Nakapasa ako ng UP, hindi ako nagtitake ng math.
Speaking of math, no, naalala ko lang, akala ko yung trabaho natin walang math. Pagpasok ko ng aeroplano, may math pala.
Meron pala. Especially sa mga lalaki.
Oo, no, yung pagbibilang ng pagkain, yung mga pasahero. Okay, missing 34. Bakit? Ilan ba yung full load ng aeroplano? Minus 34, carry 1. Ano, ilan na? Sabi nung ground. Ay, teka lang. Math pala eh, no? Christopher Pagay, what were your saboteurs during the training and even nung flying na?
Ano?
Here, what were your saboteurs during the training or even nung flying na? Siguro ano yung mga nakaka-hinder sa'yo, nakaka-challenge sa'yo during training or nung flying?
Training siguro is yung time lang talaga. Kagaya ngayon kanina, kay Sir, yung first speaker natin. Siyempre, you have to have proper time management. Kasi like me, challenge sa akin yung malayo ako. Not like my other batchmates. Nag-rent kasi sila na malapit na lang. So, dun lang sila sa area na yun. So, madali lang sa kanila. They have more time to study. So, sa akin, since additional yung pag-commute ko, yung travel time ko, yun, proper time management, mahirap talaga siya. Pero, kung gusto mo, diba? Gusto mong pumasa, gagawa mo talaga ng paraan eh. Ayaw mong bumagsak, gagawa mo din siya talaga ng paraan. And then, siguro yung sa flying na, yung mag-adjust sa mga kasama. Kasi kung hindi ka talaga, isa sa mga challenge, pero for me naman, kaya naman yun. Pero siguro for other people, magiging challenge yun. Kasi iba-ibang personalities talaga every flight ang mga kasama mo. Not only with your colleagues, but also with the passengers. So, kailangan mo talagang matutong mag-adjust and mag-adapt din to every situation na meron na dadating sa'yo.
I think that's one of the things, CJ, if you remember, our second speaker si CJ de Guia, si Purser, no? how to manage people with different attitudes. So ganun din, may katrabaho ka iba-iba. I don't know, I think it's a blessing and a curse to some people. They like that, na iba-iba yung katrabaho mo everyday. Yung iba, they like the monotony of having a team. So iba-iba, it all just depends on how you look at it. Pero for our job, I'd like to believe that's one of the nice things about it is you get to meet a lot of people and you get to work with a lot of people. And the best thing about working with different people is you learn from them.
Yes,
Dami mong
exactly.
mas marami ka opportunity na tututunan. Yan. Tulad ng mga speakers natin ngayon. Yan. From Gianna Lituanias, what is the best tip that you can give? Maybe I'll make it specific, no? Kasi si Gianna, student pa siya. So as a student who wants to become a flight attendant, what is the best tip that you can give?
Maybe as early as now, research lang talaga. And always, paghandaan mo, kumbaga, para when the time comes na, ayan na, it's your time to apply, kargado ka na. You are familiar with everything that you know. Just watch the vlogs of other FAs, learn from them. Also, your communication skills, very important yan. Di naman kailangan straight English na marunong ka, pero yung kaya mong i-communicate yung kailangan mong sabihin. Pero syempre, if you're gonna apply for an international airline, very important na yung English talaga maayos. Yun. Tsaka yung siguro yung sa grooming na rin, alagaan niya talaga guys yung skin. Kasi ewan ko, hindi ko talaga mag-gets, pero ganun talaga sa industry na tinitignan talaga nila yung kutis mo. So, make sure na lang okay lang magka-pimples kapag nasa na kayo, flying na kayo. Normal yun. Pero, on the day of your interview, make sure, ewan ko, kailangan talaga flawless kayo, guys. Tapos, speaking lang doon sa sa experience ko. Flawless kayo, tapos, sundin nyo lahat ng hinihingi nilang requirements. Kunwari, nakaban, or kunwari sa AirAsia, hindi kayo nakaban, maayos, maganda yung bagsak ng buhok nyo, yung proper makeup, aralin nyo na as early as now. Mas maganda yung earth tone colors lang, or nude colors yung sa mata nyo. And then, sa lips nyo, red, syempre, ayan. And practice your smile pala. Yun, practice your smile. Kasi very important na yung smile nyo parang natural lang and very charming dun sa mga panel para dun pa lang parang mapapaisip sila, ay okay itong batang to, di ba? So yun, practice your smile.
Yan. Di ba? Colette comes from a different airline, Janine comes from a different airline, but more or less, parang meron tayong thread na iisang information lang talaga yung alam natin in lahat more or less. So it's just consistent. Nakita ko nag-comment si Dong, si Giancarlo Rosario, one of our speakers, no? Nung nagtitraining siya, buti na lang walang math. Pero Dong, nung graduate tayo, meron. Surprise. Surprise, meron. Okay, question from Tanya Marquez. Hello, ma'am. Ask ko lang po kung may tip kayo on how to memorize and i-retain yung mga pinag-aaralan sa training. Siguro na-pressure siya sa sinabi mong plotting, no? For those who do not know what plotting is, yun kasi yung sabi nga ni Colette, i-memorize mo lahat ng equipment. Kaso ang plotting is meron kayong part ng may drawing ng eroplano na walang laman. Tapos kayo maglalagay kung saan nakalagay yon. Tapos ang matindi doon, pati kung ilan.
Yes,
so yun yung mga specific details sa sinasabi niya. Yung binabanggit ni Colette, kada airline iba-iba. So kunwari sa amin, may 7 kaming eroplano. Sa airline ni Candice Gold, may 7 silang eroplano. So hindi yung tanong, ilan yung fire extinguisher? 3 question yon. Kasi ang tanong, sa aling eroplano? Kasi sa eroplanong to may 5, sa eroplanong to may 7, at iba-iba pa yung lalagyan. Tapos may masaklap pang kwento dyan. So kahit meron kang specific na eroplanong tinanong, kumbaga sa kotse, may iba-iba pa siyang series. Yes. So kumbaga bumili ka ng Vios na first edition, Vios na second edition, Vios na third edition. So pag tinanong sa amin, okay, ilan ang Halon fire extinguisher sa Vios? Pag sumagot ka ng 3, mali. Kasi sa edition 2, 5 siya. So, oh my gosh! Talagang nakaka-proud. Nakaka-proud. Na-survive, no? Kalain mo. Tatawa-tawa lang pero kahit papano na-rouse natin. So, going back to Tanya's question, tip, how to memorize and retain yung mga pinag-aaralan natin. That's a good one. Magagamit niya na students right now, actually.
Actually, sa akin kasi guys, mas nag-work yung I make my own notes. So, every time na nagdi-discuss yung trainer namin, I make sure I take down notes. Kasi ang kakapal nung nung binabasa namin, as in, ganyan. Yung, ang tawag doon, sir? Ang tawag doon sa binabasa natin?
Manual,
Yun.
no?
Yung mga manuals, ang kakapal. Tapos, dalawa pa yan. So, instead na, yun yung babasahin ko. Although, minsan kailangan yung word per word nang galing sa manual. Mas okay na yung ako yung nagsulat para mas nare-retain ko. And then, isa pa na nakatulong talaga sa akin is yung sumasali ako dun sa group review namin every morning. Kahit di ako sumasagot, yung nakikinig, nag-eavesdrop lang ako, nakikinig lang ako sa sagutan ng 2 or 3 kong mga classmates. Pumapasok sa utak ko yun na parang, ito pala yung sagot. Pag ito yung tanong, ito yung sagot. Kumbaga, parang nafe-feed sa akin yung information. So, yun, isa yun sa mga pwedeng, i-try nyo. Pero, syempre, iba-iba tayo ng, learning skill din na pwede nating i-adapt. Depende sa atin din yun.
Yes. True, I agree with Colette. Actually, yun nga yung sinabi niya. As much as possible, if you know your learning style, no, that will fit you. Ako naman, crammer ako eh. Crammer ako, mas nare-retain ko kasi may onting pressure yata, kaya parang natatandaan ko lahat. Okay. From Starsky, ma'am, ask ko lang po kung ilan yung exam. 1 to 50 or 1 to 100? Siguro kung ilan yung, sabi mo, everyday halos may exam, no? 2 to 3 times. Baka curious sila kung gaano ba kadami yung items na tinatanong.
Yung items?
Is it specific ba or paiba-iba?
Paiba-iba siya eh. So, minsan, as short as 1 to 10, 1 to 30, or 1 to 60. Basta ang ang pare-parehas dyan, guys, passing rate talaga with our airline is 90%. So, kunwari, kahit 2 mistake ka lang, minsan nakahang ka na nun kung 2 mistake ka lang or 3 mistake, ganun. So, isang tip din pala in taking exam, ako kasi guys, ewan ko, hindi ko alam kung ako lang ba yun or masyado lang ba akong perfectionist. Pero, kahit tapos na ako, ayoko bitawan yung papel ko. Kasi usually sa amin, pag tapos ka na, pinapalabas ka na ng room. Tapos papasa mo na yung papel mo. Ako, kahit tapos na ako, paulit-ulit ko siyang binabalikan. Kasi some of the questions talaga guys sa training, trick question. Kagaya nung sinabi ni Sir Amor kanina, kahit tinanong ka na ilan ang equipment dito, minsan trick question yun. Equipment saan ba? Sa aircraft na ito, aircraft na ganito. So, ako, as much as possible, ako yung huli. Kung hindi man huli, nasa mga huli na ako na lumalabas ng room at nagpapasa. Kaka-double check ko. Tapos minamarkan ko yung hindi ako sure. Para pagbalik nung papel, pag pina-check sa amin, kung kunwari pumasa ka or hindi, pag-check ko, kunwari, eto hindi ako sure. Pag binalikan ko, yung hindi ako sure na sagot, makita ko, ay mali, sabi ko na eh. Pag nakita ko tama yung sagot ko, okay, tama. Ngayon, mariretain na sa akin na yung gut feeling ko na tama yung sagot ko, tama talaga. Ngayon, maalala ko na siya. So, yun. Isang tip din yun.
Tips from the valedictorian, guys. Valedictorian tips. Legit. Legit yan. Follow-up question about exam. Sakto kay Bianca May. Ask ko lang po regarding sa exam. More on saan po? Like enumeration. Siguro kung anong type of exam tinatanong ni Bianca.
Halo-halo. Merong enumeration. And yung mahirap sa enumeration, guys, minsan, word per word talaga sila. So, medyo mahirap. So, kunwari, sinabi, the boy is fat. So, kailangan, hindi pwedeng, the boy's fat. Kailangan, the boy is fat. Walang missing word. Kompleto talaga. Tapos, yung enumeration, step 1, step 2, step 3. Kunwari, paano yung pre-flight check? What is step 1? What is step 2? Lahat yun. So, medyo mahirap din siya talaga. And, yun, kailangan nyo din siyang i-memorize by heart. Sa training lang naman yun, guys. Once nalagpasan niyo yung training, promise, it gets better. As in, magugulat na lang kayo, ha? Ano ba? Yung training ko sobrang hirap, pero nung flying, sobrang madali na lang. Although, you have recurrent trainings every year, annually yun, pero hindi na siya kasing hirap nung basic training. Kaya, yun. Mahirap lang talaga siya at first, yung basic training na yun. Mahirap talaga. Put in the work. Pero after nun, mapasa niyo lahat yun, it's all worth it. Madali na lang buhay.
Yeah. Grabe yung reaction ni Candice. Talaga. Candice Gold. Napakahirap. Oo. Pero siguro, hindi lang siya dahil mahirap, no? Just to give a background, sa industry namin, sa airline, there's a specific reason kung bakit sila strict. Because, again, sabi nga ni Colette, we are here for safety. So, hindi pwedeng huhula-hula pag nagkaroon ng something na gagawin sa'yo. Kaya kailangan exact talaga. That's why they always give exact answers. Kaya mataas yung passing rate, 90%. Kasi buhay. Ang ano namin. Yun talagang priority. Yes, Mod. Magtatanong ka, pahirapan mo ba?
Yeah, I just wanted to share something in connection to what Nicolette shared about training. Coming from an outsider's point of view who witnessed an actual training ng cabin crew, as in talagang classroom.
Wait lang, by the way, for those who don't know, just in case, but I doubt, Mon Ortiz from Fly High Manila, everybody. Go ahead, Mon.
Yun. Training, fire drill, and then wet run, ditching. Yun, yung apat na yan na witness ko. Nakikita ko sa trainees talaga that they really pour their heart out when it comes to training. Talaga everything, they take it seriously. Talaga kung may break, nag-aaral sila. Kung may break, nag-aaral sila. They use every time, every moment na nag-aaral. Tapos kung after usually the exams, pa nag-usap, yung iba umiyak kasi they feel that they didn't do well. Pero yan pala, pumasa. You know, ang masabi ko lang is you really have to prepare for training as what all the speakers have said. Kasi, I mean, from an outsider's point of view, nakita ko intense to. Hindi biro ang training. Kasi, yeah, okay na it's coming from the flight attendants itself. But as an outsider, I can concur talaga and I can tell you all na it's no joke. It's no joke. Pero syempre, as they say, the highest mountains have the best views. All right? So if you want to climb the peak of the mountain and get the best view, paghihirapan nyo yun talaga. Yes. So that's it lang, Amor.
Words of wisdom, everybody.
Ha?
Words of wisdom.
Share that lang.
Mon Ortiz. Thanks, Mon. Meron kong sinabi na parang na-curious ako since we have a lot of time, no? Meron akong sinabi na parang na-curious ako. Sakto, maraming mga speakers na nandito. May sinabi kang iyak? Sige, tanongin ko kaya yung mga speakers na nandito. Sa class nyo ba, merong umiyak, Colette, sa hirap ng training?
Oo naman,
whether lalaki or babae?
Meron talaga. Tsaka
Follow-up question, ikaw ba yun?
Ay, hindi.
Wow!
Palaban ako.
May nakita nga ako, nasabihan na nga ng trainer na isa na lang natitirang lifeline niya. Oh.
Yan, oh. Candice Gold, from your training batch, did somebody cry? Kahit thumbs up lang? Did somebody cry?
Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, it was me.
Training batch, did somebody cry? Jermaine, in your training batch?
Yes, ako po mismo. Kung si Miss Colette, siya yung valedictorian. Ako yung muntik nang bumalik sa Pinas kasi hindi papasa.
Diniretso na niya. Wala na yung follow-up question. Kasama pa tayo dito. Isa-isahin nga natin yung mga speakers. Janine, naririnig mo na kami. I know. Janine Santarina.
Yes.
Your training batch. Did
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
we do. Naririnig ako.
Yes.
Sa batch namin wala. Pero...
Wow!
Hindi. Mas malala sa sa iyak. Walang natulog. Walang natulog. Like day before nung exam, wala talaga. Personally, inaral ko yung plot day before nung exam. Day before. Kasi feeling ko mas makakabisa, mas fresh siya sa utak ko, mas nasusulat ko siya. Oo, ganun yung ginawa ko.
Studying style mo. So sa sobrang tindi, natuyo ang luha kaya walang umiyak.
Walang umiyak, natulog lang. Ay, walang natulog. Oo.
Dong! Giancarlo Rosario in the house, yo. May umiyak ba sa batch mo? Hi, Dong, straight from the car.
Ako naluha.
Naluha, di ba papunta na rin doon? Di ba onting himas na lang sa balikat, diretso mo na? Napakahirap eh. Meron pa, nandito pa ba si...
Ay, sorry.
Yes, dude. Ayan, kaya hindi siya nag-video, nag-chat lang si Dong kasi medyo choppy ang kanyang internet. Who else? Is Rosette still here? Wala na. Man! Amor Maximo? May umiyak ba sa training batch nyo? Ay, wala rin siya.
Meron pa ako nakita, Amor, after ng fire drill, diretso ng exam, DG. Bago pa nga magsimula yung exam, yung may isa nga umiyak eh.
Oo,
Kasi
minsan,
kinakabahan na hindi
sa kaba pa
nag-aaral,
yan, may
DG.
iyakan eh. Oo. Ako nasasagot para kay Mayan, meron din umiyak sa kanila. Alam ko, nakwento na niya yun eh. Ayan. Tingin tayo ulit ng comments. Parang board exam feels. Oo. Crammers Unite. Pwede kang maging cum laude sa college if you have the same. Yan, no? Learn from Colette. Ayan. From Trisha Bakilar. Malaki po ba ang advantage kapag sikat yung school na pinag-graduatean during college? Colette? So is it an advantage if it comes from you come from a popular school?
Actually, I don't think so naman na kailangan popular. Kasi, remember, yung ibang colleagues ko actually galing pa silang ibang provinces. So, hindi naman kailangan na kilala yung college niyo. Any college will do as long as they see you as charming and fit for the job, you will get the job.
Yan. Yes. Ayan, may comments si Rosette. When you started flying, kailangan mo ulit balikan yung napag-aralan sa training kasi every flight may briefing at tatanong ang mga purser and procedures. And they do that because, again, every flight is, you never know what happened. It's better to be prepared. Ayan, okay. Candice has to leave. Sige, let's see. Kung meron pang questions. Okay, Rosette. Oh, yes, I'm here. Di lang pwede mag-audio. May umuwi po kasi ako. Diba? Ayan. Oh, si MR, may umiyak di daw siya. Ayan, Jane Chia. Going back to another question. What is more difficult, passing open day or passing the training? So, siguro passing the initial interview, I guess, or passing the training per se. Siguro ganun na. Kasi maraming
experience.
Siguro, ano mas mahirap sa'yo yung nag-apply ka, siguro application na lang. Kasi not everybody pass through the open day, no? So, what is more difficult, passing the application process or passing the training process? Yeah.
For me, the training talaga. Walang
training
tatalo
talaga.
sa training talaga.
Ito naman, on a lighter note, from CJ, Christian Joy Maala. Miss Colette, which part of the training did you enjoy the most?
Syempre, meeting new set of people, learning new things. Nag-enjoy din ako sa ditching, guys. Yung mga mahilig mag-swimming dyan, masaya mag-ditching. Also, yung time na pinahawak na kami ng pintuan na eroplano. Kasi syempre hindi naman tayo pinapahawak ng mga pintuan or pinapa-operate ng pintuan ng eroplano, diba? As passengers. So, nung time na nakahawak na kami ng real door ng aircraft, then pinatry sa amin yung pag-open and close and yung pag-disarm and disarm nung door, yon. Masaya din yun.
Siraan pa yung bus papunta.
Oh, yung bus na nasiraan. Oh, ingat. Kasi naman yun. Oh, ingat po. Nako, kung ikaw gusto mo yung ditching, ako yun naman yung pinaka-difficult for me. Swimming. Yeah. From David James again, required po ba, yan, speaking of swimming, required po ba marunong mag-swimming before mag-apply?
Actually, with our airline, sir, meron ako mga classmates na hindi sila marunong mag-swimming, pero nakapasa pa rin sila. So, as long as makita nung trainer in charge na they are really, really trying their best, kung paano nila itatawid yung sarili nila dun sa swimming pool na yun, mapapasa pa rin nila yun. So, hindi naman siya requirement.
Basta at the end of the day, you pass the minimum requirements of the airline. Yun eh. It doesn't matter. Basta you pass the requirements of the airline. Thanks, David James. Dami mong question. Keep them coming, ha? Nasa North Pole ka pala, no? May Aurora Borealis kang background. Okay, so while waiting for, go ahead, ask more questions. You have a lot of time, alright? Ako naman, meron pa yung phone in. Pasukan ulit natin ng isang phone in kasi you were talking about your passion. So meron isang phone in question na, can you tell a personal experience wherein expectation met reality? Usually, di ba, ano tayo yung parang, ay, expectation, tas reality, parang something, ay, ang layo. So, was there a time na something that you expected, tapos it met reality, expectation met reality? Something you've been dreaming of, or you're passionate about, or you have been practicing about something, tapos nung nangyari siya, yes, ito yun. Nangyari siya, nakuha ko siya, ito rin yung inasahan ko. So,
Siguro,
expectation met reality.
Isa sa, naging goal ko rin kasi actually, yung sa YouTube channel ko nga, is yung naging reality yung naka-achieve ako ng 1,000 subscribers. Yun. Kasi, ewan ko, hindi ko naman kasi talaga goal yon na maka-reach ng ganun karami. Pero nung na-achieve ko na yung goal na yun, umabot na ako sa point na may 1,000 subscribers na ako. Parang ang saya-saya pala ng feeling na kaya pala siyang ma-achieve. Kahit na yung mga sinishare ko doon, parang mga random things lang na gusto kong i-share. Hindi talaga siya, hindi ko talaga siya, what do you call this? 8 to 5 job, kumbaga. Parang sideline ko lang siya. Gusto ko lang magkwento or what. Ayun.
Nice.
Naging reality.
Mayan tayo din.
Yes,
tayo din in the future. Meron pa isa from Abby. Again, Miss Colette, what can you advise na we can do an advanced study to make the training or studying easier for us? Malabo ba question ko? Oh my God, I don't know how to phrase it. Okay. Binasa ko lahat. I think her question is kung anong, if may advanced study ba, ano yun that will benefit them? Though they are still students or in a different field,
maybe,
at least in preparation.
Siguro kahit sa YouTube, manood-nood na kayo ng mga how to open the door or mga airplane tour. Kasi minsan, may iba, kagaya sa ibang batchmates ko, it was their first time stepping inside an aircraft or an airplane nung nag-training sila sa PAL. So, kailan ba yun dumadating? Minsan, inaaral nyo ng aeroplano, hindi pa kayo nakakaapak ng actual aircraft. So, medyo mahirap yun. Mahirap i-imagine yun. So, might as well manood na kayo ng mga YouTube videos kasi for sure meron namang mga ganun na kilalanin nyo na yung aeroplano, ano ba itsura ng aeroplano, paano ba yung mga lavatories, paganahin, yung mga ganun lang naman. Kasi yung mga talaga, nasa manuals yan, hindi talaga natin mahanap yan paligoy-ligoy eh. So, mahirap talaga mag-advanced study niyan. Siguro just get to know your airplanes and also your grooming na lang din.
Yeah, yes. Also, it will add motivation sa inyo. No? Kung ito pa lang, na-excite na kayo, di what more when you dive in. So, it makes you maybe focus more on trying to get the job. Mas nakaka-inspire, nakaka-motivate. Another one from David James. Which do you prefer? Boeing or Airbus?
At first, guys, kasi short girl nga ako. So, mahilig ako dati, nung bago-bago ako, sa malilit na aircraft. So, yung mga single aisle, which is Airbus. Pero, nung tumagal ako, mas na-appreciate ko yung mga big aircraft or yung wide-bodied aircraft, yung 2 lanes. So, which is Boeing and also Airbus, meron din kami. Magkaiba sila in a sense na magkaiba sila ng tatak, magkaiba lang sila ng features, pero parehas pa rin silang aeroplano, madali lang din silang aralin. So, okay lang naman siya, guys. Parehas lang siya.
Follow-up question. Sa airline nyo, meron ka bang specific na aeroplanong favorite?
Favorite? Ako kasi long-haul flyer ako eh. So, mahilig ako sa Trans-Pacific talaga. So, mga Amerika yung mga lipad ko. So, gusto ko yung, favorite kasi Boeing, 777.
777.
Kasi yung mga Airbus natin na wide body, medyo, maraming sakit sa ulo.
Maraming, Medyo kailangan na mag-retire, gano'n, no? Oo. Any more questions? Go ahead, no? Please feel free to ask. I have one last from the list. Since sinabi mo yung, actually dalawa pa. Pero since sinabi mo yung mahilig ka mag-layover, mag-tour, ayan, ito mabilis lang. Anong country yung mahilig kang, what country do you like going to because of their cuisine? On kumbaga, anong layover destination because of the food? Specific yung
Because
question.
of the food. Madali lang
because
yan.
of the food.
Number 1 is Japan. Kasi kahit saan, kahit sa gilid ka lang kumain sa Japan or convenience store ka lang sa Japan, sobrang sarap na.
Yeah.
Yung mga 7-Eleven nila guys sa Japan, oh my gosh, sobrang sarap ng pagkain na doon. Kahit mag-budget ka lang ng magkano ba? 500 pesos. Marami ka na mabibili.
Sobra pa. Pwede ka pa manlibre.
Marami ka na mabibili doon. Sobrang sarap na. Number 2 is Korea flight. Kasi sa labas din ng hotel, marami ng kainan. Masasarap din yung food nila. Although, medyo mabigat lang yung flight kasi red-eye flight ang Korea flight namin dati. Yun.
Yeah.
Yung dalawang yan.
Tapos may mga opa. May mga opa din. So, busog ka na sa tiyan, busog ka pa sa mata. From Gianna Lituanias, what is the best thing in passing training or in your work? Maybe the best part of training, I guess, while you are passing, while you're going through training, what is the best part of it, siguro?
Best part in training?
Mm-mm.
You get to bond with other people nga. You get to know them. And also, syempre na rin yung skills mo, na-push ka rin. Kumbaga, tried and tested yung skills mo doon eh. So, doon mo nakita yung mga capabilities mo pala na, kaya ko palang mag-aral, kaya ko palang magsipag, kaya ko palang yung i-push pa yung effort ko, di ba? So, yun. And, sa dulo rin nun, after passing the training, is also being a flight attendant, di ba? Flying, yun.
Alright. Passing the training itself is the best part of it for me. I mean,
Yes.
the mere fact you passed it. Okay, last question coming from our phone-in message. One personal thing that you bring in your flights all the time. Personal. So, hindi siya required ng, I don't know. So, one personal thing. Bye, Monsia.
Bye, sir. Siguro, ako kasi mahilig akong kung di man ako lalabas, mahilig akong pumunta sa gym. So, important sa akin na meron akong leggings, rubber shoes, tsaka top. So, pang gym.
Kahit short flights, lagi kang may baon.
Meron akong extra palagi. Kasi, minsan kapag kunwari, gusto mo lang lumabas, mas madali yung gym outfit pwede ka na lumabas. Kasi, guys, pag mga layovers, you have to always look presentable pa rin. Yung hindi ka parang hindi ka lang nasa bahay pa rin. Kasi syempre, you're still a flight attendant. Alam pa rin na you're associated with this company. You have to still look presentable. So, ayun. Pero yung for me kasi gym outfit, maayos naman yung itsura, di ba? Kahit pa paano. So, yeah.
Black leggings, ayun, top lang yun. Tsaka it takes little space. Tayo kasi ang dami nating dinadala. Napaka Alright. Thank you very much, Colette. So if you have any other questions, you can send her a message and please go ahead and promote your social media accounts or where they can catch you.
Guys, if you like to follow me or subscribe to my channel, just subscribe to Nicolette Ambulo. Makikita nyo naman dyan. Ganun din sa Instagram ko, Nicolette Ambulo lang din. And then, I also have a Facebook fan page kasi nung college pa yun. Nicolette Erica Ambulo. So, yun. Follow nyo lang ako, guys. And sa Instagram, medyo active ako doon. So, yun. Mag-post ako mga photos. Sa YouTube channel ko, guys, medyo down kasi ngayon yung mga flight attendant vlogs ko. Actually, marami akong pinost na related sa flight attendant vlogs. Kaso, pina-down ng medyo strict kasi si
yeah, we understand.
Si company.
Depends per airline.
Strict si company. Kaya, naka-down yung mga flight attendant vlogs ko. Pero, marami pa rin akong mga vlogs doon na yung layovers, about related sa cheerleading, or any lifestyle vlog. Meron din ako. So, daanan nyo lang kung gusto nyo.
Alright. Thank you. So, it's about that time kung saan magtatanggal ulit ng face mask at face shield si Christopher Pagay. Yes. And let's take a photo. Grabe, I admire you, man. Thanks for that. Grabe, sinasabay mo kami habang nasa labas ka. Salamat. All right. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Page 2. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Grabe talaga si James. So, si David James all the way from North Pole. Naka-Aurora Borealis. Okay, wait, sorry. One more for the last. Northern Lights. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. Ayun. Thanks. Thank you, Anisa. Okay, so sinabi nga ni Anisa, as Anisa said, she was flying to Kuala Lumpur, I think. So biglaan last minute. Kaya she sent this video for all of you. Actually, meron ako nagustuhan dun sa sinabi niya. Ang ganda niyang follow-up sa talk ni Colette earlier about pursuing your passion, no? Kasi ito talagang, binigyan niya ng diin. Is being a flight attendant worth it? Is pursuing your passion worth it? Is it worth it? Gusto ko yung sinabi niya, yes. Because I choose to see its worth, no? Yes, because I choose to see its worth. I think this applies to almost anything in life, to whatever you're passionate about, to whatever goals, to whoever and whatever. It's always a yes, as long as you choose to see its worth, their worth. Teka lang, teka lang, nag-message si Aliza. Teka lang, ha? Teka lang, teka lang, nag-message siya ulit.
Ayan, nagulat ba kayo na change outfit ako? Pasensya na kasi may mga pahabol na questions lamang. And of course, I still have time kaya I'm willing to answer these questions and I'm gonna answer them with all honesty. Wala nang patumpik-tumpik pa, umpisahan na natin. The first question is, what is the hardest part of being a flight attendant? Okay, so I cannot count how many times I have complained about this job. Maraming beses na. For sure, it has downsides. Pero, ano ba namang trabaho ang walang downsides, hindi ba? And I think it is normal to sometimes complain kasi we are just humans. And it is okay for us to let out some steam once in a while. So, sabi nga nila, di ba? Mapapagod, magpapahinga, hingang malalim, then tuloy ang laban. At the end of the day, sabi nga ni Kuya Kim, I love my job. So, probably, if there is one thing that I could consider as the hardest part of being in this field, that is not being able to be with my family, to be with my loved ones, in special occasions or in our special days. Like, for example, yung birthdays, yung Eid, and New Year, at minsan, di ba, pag pagod ka or pag nagkasakit ka, gusto mo magpa-baby ba? And I am an OFW, so it is really hard for me to be away from my family. Yes, in our airlines, we can go home almost every month for free, pero syempre, iba pa rin yung araw-araw mo silang kasama. Yung pagkagising mo sa umaga, sila agad yung makikita mo. And then magkakasama kayo mag-breakfast, tapos magtatrabaho, uuwi ng bahay, then dinner magkakasabay. Lalo na pag nagkasakit ako, ang sarap lang magpa-baby. Gustong talagang hahanap-hanapin mo yung parents mo. Lalo na, of course, my parents are already senior citizens. Para ako nakikipag-bargain sa oras. Ganun yung feeling eh. Kaya naman whenever I get to go home, I really make sure that I make the most out of it. The second question is, if you were not a flight attendant, what would your profession be and why? Kung hindi ako flight attendant ngayon, baka nag-work ako sa media. Because currently, I have a side job as a segment host in a magazine show sa ABS-CBN TFC. Nakatapos kasi ako ng mass communication. So I wanted to utilize my bachelor degree, kaya rumakit-rakit ako sa TV show. So kung hindi ako flight attendant ngayon, baka full-time correspondent na ako dito sa Middle East. Third question, think of your most difficult experience. Did it make you consider quitting the airline industry? Did it make you consider quitting the airline industry? Okay. Well, there came a point in my life when I was no longer passionate about this job. It is more of, I need this job because I need money. That's why I cannot quit. If you would ask me where is this coming from, maybe because of stress, fatigue, or maybe because of homesickness, honestly, I really don't know. Well, no job is perfect no matter how high up you are or how high of a salary you earn. But one thing's for sure, yung pagod at puyat na nakukuha ko sa trabahong to, ang magpapatapos sa pag-aaral sa kapatid ko. Well, oo, gagraduate na kasi siya ng senior high ngayon. It will take 4 more years for her to finish college and more years for me to work up in the sky. Pero, sabi ko nga, it's worth it and I will not quit. Last pahabol question is, sorry, phone po ang gamit ko, pasensya na. What is something that you do as a flight attendant that you still do up to now? Hala, madami na minsan ang awkward na. Ang naaalala ko, siguro yung kapag pumupunta ako ng hospital, syempre, mga 3 to 4 times lang naman ako in a year pumupunta doon. But every time I talk to a doctor, I call him Captain. Alam mo yung parang, bakit ko gagawin piloto yung OB ko? Isa lang yun. Pero, siguro, the best flight attendant thing that I do outside the aircraft is maintaining cleanliness. Syempre, alam nyo naman, as a cabin crew, we make sure that the cabin is clean as much as possible. Like yung mga aisles, it should be passable. Yung mga lavatories, kailangan usable yung mga yan. Kaya naman ako na-adapt ko yun. Kapag kumakain ako sa restaurants, grabe, I organize and clean all the things on the table. Na ang kailangan na lang gawin ng waiter is to collect the utensils, tapos hindi na niya kailangang i-sanitize pa kasi na-sanitize ko na rin ng Dettol wipes ko. Ganon kalala. And gayon, kahit sa mga public restrooms, nililinis ko talaga yung cubicle na pinaggamitan ko. Hindi ako ganito before, promise. Ngayon dahil sa trabahong to, kaya ko nang linisin yung kalat at dumi ng iba. Kayang-kaya ko na siya ngayon. Okay. I think wala na. Wala na. Last question na yun, di ba? Oo, last question na yun. Pasensya na kung nag-change outfit pa ako at hindi na ako nakapag-ayos. Ayan. So, kailangan ko na pong mag-makeup. Pero naligo naman ako. Kailangan ko na mag-makeup ngayon para sa aking flight. And kung meron kayong mga katanungan, just let me know. Feel free to message me on Facebook or on my Instagram. I would be happy to answer your questions. Basta may time lang. Ayun lang. Maraming salamat ulit sa lahat ng naging parte ng conference na to. Again, sa mga kapwa ko flight attendants, sa mga aspirants dyan, kay Amor, maraming salamat. At magkita-kita tayong muli. Ingat kayo!